YouTube, Ricky Fontaine back with another episode of Ricky Fontaine on. And what I'm on today is the disappointment that is the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to get into some news about the game as they lose another one to the Carolina Panthers 23-16. And we're going to get in some unfortunate but yet needed information about Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitroff. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more random news. But let's get into it. All right, as I said, the Atlanta Falcons dropped to 0-5 on the season after they were defeated by the Carolina Panthers 23-16. A loss that shouldn't have really happened. No disrespect to the Carolina Panthers, because I respect Teddy Bridgewater and all that he did, all that he's done in his career, and how, especially how he played this game. I mean, the secondary of the Falcons. I mean, if you're a quarterback that like to throw the ball, Atlanta Falcons is your team to play at this point, because the secondary of this team and the defense, they're pretty much think it's Christmas at this point, and they're just giving gift of yards and the gift of big plays on third down. They're a very generous group, to say the least. It's just been horrible. It's been horrible. You started off a game really well, running the ball, letting Carolina know that we're gonna run the ball, and we're gonna mix in some good run and pass options, and they did. Todd Gurley scored the longest touchdown that he's had in a while, 35-yard rushing touchdown. That got the Falcons up 7-0 early in the first quarter. And everything looks good, but this is something that's looks all too familiar at this point. But as you can see later on, they couldn't move the ball anymore. Carolina scored 20 unanswered. A couple of field goals and a touchdown pass that wasn't really supposed to be a touchdown pass. Isaiah Oliver, man. Yeah, dude. Gosh, DJ Moore, I mean, when you say burnt, I mean, DJ was running like he was in cruise control, and Isaiah Oliver was sprinting as hard as he could, and he still couldn't catch him. A 57-yard touchdown pass that was more of a 9-yard pass that turned into 57-yard touchdown. And good blocking by Carolina, but bad angle taken by the secondary. Could have stopped them even after a big gain of about 15 to 20 yards. But man, DJ just cut on. He hit the NOS button and he just took off. And the Carolina Panthers pretty much took off from there in the first quarter. I mean, in the first half, leading 20-17 at the first half. And at that point, I already know what's going to happen. I want to stop watching, but I'm just like, well, maybe, we were ahead these games. Maybe we could, flip it this time and be down, and then we can come back on somebody. And it started to look that way, because we started off really well again in the third quarter. But the good old field goal hunted us from here on out. We just cannot score touchdowns anymore. Matt Ryan, again, if I'm not mistaken, he did not throw for a touchdown again this game. and the opportunities were there. Wide open play. Hayden Hurst was wide open in the end zone on that possession where, I think it was the second field goal attempt that they had where they moved the ball. It was clinical how they was running the ball and passing the ball, and they were getting down there. But when you get to the red zone, it's just like the Carolina defense plays with 22 people on the field, and he just can't, we cannot score. And again, field goals destroyed us. I know their points. I get it. I'm cool with that. But for a team that's had problems in the red zone for at least the last 2 or 3 years, that's a consistent problem for the Atlanta Falcons, and it burns them. You easily, let's see, you had field goals from Younghoe Koo, 46 yard, 31 yards, and a 54-yarder. And that was in the garbage time, because at that point, after Matt Ryan throws a pick in the end zone, and now see, this goes back to the red zone problems. You throw a pick in the end zone, and it wasn't like the guy was open. You throw it, and the guy was literally in front of our receiver. What the hell are you throwing it? But that's you being on the field, and you see things different other than the average fan that's watching from home. So I get it. Everybody wants to comment that we're the couch potatoes and these guys are out here, they're out there on the field, so it's different, yada, yada, yada. Don't nobody want to hear that. That was clearly a touchdown pass to the wrong team. And I think it was probably around 7 minutes to go in the quarter. And you could probably, play defense and get the ball back, but they ran they ran about 6 minutes off the clock or whatever. They took most of the clock in the quarter and then got a field goal out of it to pretty much seal the deal. The Falcons moved the ball in garbage times where they're giving you garbage yards to get a field goal, but then they were unsuccessful on the onside kick. Yeah. Anyway, so Falcons lose again. They drop to 0-5. And this season is pretty much in the can at this point. And of course, that the talks were coming about firing Dan Quinn. And you would think that the guys would come out and show a little bit more, but I think they're tired of it too. I'm sorry. I think that they're tired of that voice. They're tired of it. This team has not gotten over that Super Bowl loss. Hell, all of our fans haven't gotten over that Super Bowl loss. So it was announced before I started to record this video. I've been gone. I wanted to record something earlier, but I said I'll just wait till I get back. The Atlanta Falcons fired Dan Quinn and GM Thomas Dimitroff. You're fired! At the beginning of the year, they said that they were going to run it back with these two, and that Arthur Blank was going to give them another chance, a clean slate, because of the last part of the season was pretty good. They finished 6-2 the last 8 games last year. But again, 6 of those wins were against trash opponents too. So let's not make it seem like they were world beaters and they were beating division leaders and people who, were in the playoffs or whatever. Anyway, I digress. And they finally let go of Dan Quinn. You hate to in this climate or whatever, people losing their job, but it happens. It happens, and I wish them well. I'm sure Dan Quinn will get another defensive gig or something. I don't know why. Our defense was pretty much crappy. If that's what you hang your hat on as a head coach, that shouldn't be an issue. I'm sorry, it just should not be an issue. You're a defensive-minded coach. You're supposed to know defense. And although the Falcons gave up 23 points, that's the lowest amount of the season. there's no excuse for this team with this much talent to be 0-5. I'm sorry. Everybody else can say what they want to say about my squad, but we're not a 0-5. We're not a 0-5 team. We're just not. So they end up firing Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitroff. Rich McKay is going to assume day-to-day football operations in the interim, and Raheem Morris and Dirk Cutter are candidates for the interim job, along with the assistant head coach and linebackers coach Jeff Albright. I don't know who the hell to get a job to at this point. Raheem is your defensive coach, but the defense will be getting shredded. I don't know at this point. It's like I don't know what to do at this point. You pack it in. Do you try to, obviously you're not going to pack it in, but you're going to see what you got still, and try to make the best out of the season or whatever. At least try to make it your goal to get to 500 or something. I don't know where we go from here. But again, it's just time. I wish Dan Quinn well. And like I said, he will be back on the sideline doing something with somebody's defense after a while. And but it was just time. And yeah, it's hard to be a Falcons fan right now because we were so close to the Super Bowl. We were so close to greatness, and we just could not get over that loss. We could not get over that loss. We're still struggling with injuries, and that's just part of the game. Next man up, and you do what you got to do. But that defense is horrid. All I want for Christmas is a defense. All I want for Christmas is a damn win right now. But hopefully, whoever this interim coach is, and hopefully they can come in and turn around and get some wins going and get these guys some confidence. Because right now they are their heads are in the trash right now. You can go on here and read the things about we just have to do this. These guys are pissed. They know what to say in front of the cameras, but in that locker room it's something different. So here's the hope, and my Falcons win a game. Hopefully, our next game is against the Minnesota Vikings, who currently I think they're beating, at this time of me recording, they are beating the Seattle. Were they playing Seattle right now? I'm going off of my computer right now just to kind of see if I can get the scoreboard here. I want to say that they were playing them right now. No, they lost to the Seahawks, and they are 1-3 on the year. And the Seahawks had to come back and win that one, because when I was looking, the Vikings were up. But we have the Vikings next week, and it's a clean slate, a new start, and we're going to see what we're going to do. So it's time for the boys in ATL in football, shout out to the Braves, to man up and see if we can get a win. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and all that other stuff. And I will be back next week to report on or do a reaction video for our next game against the Vikings, and see if I have a smile on my face and we have a W in the win column for a change. I'm Ricky Fontaine, and I'm out, man.